and sharing the screen and stuff like that. Okay, so I can no longer read the chat. You can go ahead and put it, but I won't be able to get to it until I stop screen sharing. And let's see, that's not what I wanted. So let's try it again. Ah, there we go. Okay, we're good. Okay, so let me blab quickly again about the test, but you should already know my ground rules for the test. So tomorrow, around 9:01, 9:02, I'll probably send you Canvas announcements to test. You can print it out if you wish, or you can just go ahead and use it. I will also project it the first 10 minutes of class. I'll project it. You can have your cheat sheet. Have your camera on during the whole time and mute yourselves. All right, I need to see your camera. I need to see whether you're cheating, obviously. Have your cheat sheet, show all your work, and then, let's see. Some of you are asking, if you finish early, can you just leave? Yeah, if you finish early, just leave. Get out of the meeting and just submit your test and your homework. Okay, so officially, I will close off class at the normal time at 10 o'clock. Then you have until 10:05 to submit the test. So click, 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 right? Take pictures or scan, send it to me by 10:05, and then the homework has to be in by 10:30. But if you want to submit the homework early, that's fine. There's that 70% rule. You have to submit at least 70%. So if you don't submit at least 70%, or let's say you don't turn in any homework, I do not grade your test. All right. Doesn't matter how well you did in the test. I won't grade it. It'll count as a 0 if you don't do any of the homework, or at least 70% of the homework. Okay. And yeah, it looks like I'm not changing any of the lists here, so I'll just go with it from there. Okay. All right, that's that. I'm going to go right to it. And I think, to be fair, I'm going to bounce among all the sections. Since there were questions about all sections, I should do some of all, I guess. Okay, let's see. 3.233. And let me just see if I'm. So again, I'm not promising I'm going to do all of them. Good. We shall see. Okay, 3.2. 3.233. Cubic polynomial has a 0 of multiplicity 1 at x equals 2, 0 of multiplicity 2 at x equals 1, p of -1 equals 4. Okay, so x equals 2, multiplicity 1, x equals 1, multiplicity 2, p of -1 equals 4. Okay. It's third degree. All right, so there's going to be a k in front, x minus 2, x minus 1 squared. Okay, and then p of 1 equals -4 means 4 goes here, -1 goes here, and -1 goes there. And then you figure out the k. So 4 equals k times -1 minus 2 is -3. -1 minus 1 is -2 squared, it's 4. Okay, so 4 equals -12k. K is equal to -1/3. Okay, so p of x is equal to -1/3, x minus 2, x minus 1 squared. As for a quick graph, okay, you have a 0 here and a 0 here. Okay, and well, what do you get when you plug in -1? It says you get 4, so that's up here. Okay, how about n behavior? So if I plug in a super big positive, okay, that's positive, that's negative, that's positive, so it would be negative. It goes like that. If I plug in a super big negative, -1,000,000, that's positive, that's negative, it'll be positive. So it goes like that. Let's go like so. And let's see, we said any 0 of multiplicity 1 will cross So x equals 2 will cross. All right, so it has to go like that. All right, so that's a quickie for 3.233. Okay. 3.3, let's see what we got. Several questions from 3.3. Okay, 7 and 9. Okay, 9 looks harder, so I'm going to do 9. Yeah, 7, 9, and 11 were all asked for. I think in the interest of time, I'll only do 11. Sorry, I'm only going to do 9, which is the longest one. Okay, so whoever asked for 7 and 11, please look at 9. It's a similar theme, I hope. Okay, so P of x equals 2x to the 4th plus 3x cubed minus 12x squared minus 7x plus 6. And they give you two solutions, are -1 and -3. All right, so use that to factor completely. So when I plug in -1, I should get 0. So plug in -1, -1, you get 0. Plug in -3, you get 0. I won't take the time to do that. I'll just go straight to the division. 2, 3, -12, -7, 6, -1. Okay, so 2, multiply, add. 2, 1, multiply, add. Multiply, add. Multiply, add, 0. Okay, -3 should work. So I'll just go synthetic division on this, which saves writing. And just do it again. So 2, multiply, add. -5, multiply, add, multiply, add. Okay, so that tells me right now P of x is x plus 1, x plus 3. And then reading that is 2x squared minus 5x plus 2. And that should factor. X plus 1, x plus 3, paren, 2x, x minus 1, 2. Okay, so this is the complete factorization and the zeros. Okay, so 4th degree means you can factor 4 times, and there are 4 zeros. They are -1, -3, 1/2, and 2, looks like. Okay. Okay, that's it for that. Let's see. 23, 27, 37. What am I going to do there? 23, 27, 37. Okay. I think I'll just do 27. Interest of time. 4x cubed minus 12x squared plus 9x minus 1. Okay, the possible rational zeros are plus or minus 1 over factor of 4, which is 1, 2, or 4. Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 1/2, plus or minus 1/4. Okay, and let me check something here quickly in order to save time. Should just go right to it. 3.327. Notice if I plug in 1, 13, it's going to work. Okay, so 1 should work. 4, -12, 9, -1. Okay, 4. So what I did is I plugged in 1, right? 4 minus 12 plus 9 minus 1. 4 plus 9 is 13. Negative 12 minus 1 is negative 13, so that's 0. Okay, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. Okay. So we now have x minus 1, 4x squared minus 8x plus 1. And a quadratic formula. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared is 64 minus 4 times a times c all over 2a, 2 times 4. This is 64 minus 16, that's 48. 8 plus or minus radical 48 all over 8. 48 is 3 times 16. 3 times 16. And 16 will come outside and change to a 4. 4 radical 3 over 8. Factor out a 4 in the numerator. Oops. 4 times 2 plus or minus radical 3 all over 8. Cancel, cancel. So 2 plus or minus radical 3 all over 2. Okay. So we're supposed to have 3 zeros. The 3 zeros are 1, 2 minus radical 3 over 2, 2 plus radical 3 over 2. So to factor it, you just go x minus that, x minus that, x minus that. So the original polynomial is now x minus 1. That one's nice. These two are not going to be nice. X minus, and then you just copy that whole thing. X minus that, x minus that. 2 plus radical 3 over 2. Okay, so that's now completely factored. And that's probably all I want to do for that one. Okay, and let's see. Time is running away already. Do I want to show you 37? Okay. 37. You write down the key parts. 6-degree polynomial. X equals 2, multiplicity 3. X equals 0, multiplicity 2. X equals 1. It doesn't say anything, so it means multiplicity 1. Okay, well, actually, this one's not going to be that hard at all. Okay, x equals 2, multiplicity 3. So that's just going to be x minus 2 cubed. That's what it means. X equals 0, multiplicity 2. That's x minus 0 squared, but x minus 0 squared is just x squared. And then x equals 1, multiplicity 1. So x minus 1. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. All right, 3.4. I don't know how much I want to do there because sometimes it can get long. 7, 35, 37. Take a look at what I'm willing to do there. $35, 37, 41. Okay, let me do 35 at least because I don't think I showed you anything on that. 3.4. 3.435. F of 2 equals 0. X approaches either plus or minus infinity. Y approaches 3. It says f of x, but f of x is the same as y. And x approaches 0 from the right. Y approaches negative infinity. X approaches 0 from the left. Y approaches positive infinity. It says f of x, but again, that's the same as y. Okay, so I think that's it. Draw a quick sketch. F of 2 equals 0. Means that. When x goes to either positive or negative infinity, we approach 3. So we're going out to there and there. And when x approaches 0 coming from the right, y drops down. And when x goes to 0 from the left, y goes up. Okay, so the graph must go something like this. Okay, so it looks like x equals 0 is not allowed. There must be an x here. Okay, I have a 0 at 2, so that must mean x minus 2. Okay, but I can't stop there because y equals 3 is an asymptote. If I play this game, I have x over x is 1. So a simple remedy is to just put a 3 here. And that should do it. So 3x minus 6 over x is the polynomial. So that should do it. Horizontal asymptote at y equals 3, vertical asymptote at x equals 0, and it satisfied all the other things that were there. Okay, so I think that's it. And let's see. $41 was asked for. Okay, I think maybe I'll try 41. X over, I'm going to immediately factor to save time. Sketch the graph. Okay, so horizontal asymptote. This is first degree, this is second degree. Second degree is going to win. So y equals 0. Vertical asymptotes, x is 1, x equals 2. So now I need to see what happens when I get near the asymptotes. So when x approaches 1 from the left, x approaches 1 from the right, x approaches 2 from the left, x approaches 2 from the right. So if you want to think of a number, that's like 0.99. This is 1.01, 1.99, 2.01. That. Okay, 0.99. Let me just do all the numerators. Actually, all the numerators are positive, right? If I plug into here, these are all positive. So plus, 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 plus. Okay, 0.99 minus 1 is negative. 0.99 minus 2 is negative, so the whole thing is positive. 1.01 minus 1 is positive. 1.01 minus 2 is negative. That's negative. 1.99 minus 1 is positive. 1.99 minus 2 is negative, so that makes it negative. 2.01, positive, positive, positive. Oh yeah, we have an intercept. The intercept is at the origin. 0, 0. Okay, so this tells me y approaches infinity, negative infinity, negative infinity, infinity. So, very quick graph. X equals 1, x equals 2. Okay, it goes through the origin. Okay, so over here goes to infinity. Here and here, negative infinity. Here, positive infinity. Okay, comes down here. And then after that, it goes to 0 on both sides. This side would be positive. This side would be negative. So that's the quick graph of 41. Okay, and again, in order for me to spend some time on every section, I'm going to jump to 3.5. So sorry if I can't get to all the questions. So 3.5. 3.519. Okay. If somebody asked for 3.533, that was no longer assigned. I threw that out. I also threw out 29. Show you the modified assignments for 3.5. Hopefully you guys aren't doing too much. Skip 11 and 23 on. Okay, so 3.5, no need to do 29 or 33, whoever asked for those. Let's see, now I forgot what I was going to do. 3.5, 19. One minus x to the 4/3 minus 1. Okay, and let's see, how should I think of this? This is the same as negative parentheses x minus 1 to the 4/3 minus 1. Let's see, is that the way I want to think of it? Negative x plus 1. Okay, that is the same thing. Yeah, so I'm going to start with the base function as x to the 4/3. So let's say y equals x to the 4/3, which means what? Cube root 4th power. Okay, so quick table, 0. I want perfect cube, so 1 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 8. Okay, so 1 gives me 1. Either a positive or negative 8. The cube root is going to be either positive or negative 2, but when I raise it to the 4th power, I get positive 16. Okay, so this is one of those where we start off with the base function and then go from there. Okay, 16. I don't feel like going up to 16, so how about count by 2s? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. 16, this is 8. This is negative 8. Okay, 0, 0, 1, 1, 8, 16. So this is x to the 4/3. Okay, then let's see. X minus 1 to the 4/3. Move 1 unit to the right. And then negative means you reflect across the x-axis. So that one bounces down. Use this one. So this one is negative x minus 1 to the 4/3, which is the same thing as 1 minus x to the 4/3. And then just bring the whole thing down 1 unit. Okay, so ran out of colors here. Maybe I'll switch it to black. So this is the final answer. 1 minus x to the 4/3 minus 1. Okay. All right, so that's that one. Let's see. 17. I think I already did 17, so I'm not going to do 17. Sorry, but if I have time, I'll come back to it. Okay, a lot more questions were asked on 3.6. Let me go to 3.6 now, please. Okay, 3.6, 13. Oh yeah, if you didn't catch it by now, yeah, exams, I usually give about 10 questions, 10 points each. Okay, so when I give you your scores later, they're out of 10. Right, so let's say there's 10 questions, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then give you a score maximum of 10. So 10 points on any question is considered full credit. And then, you know, after that, there's a very small mistake, you get 9. If you got half right, I give you a 5. If you didn't answer at all, you get a 0. You know, I think you got the idea behind that. Okay, let's see, what does it say? 3 minus 8i. Oops, I don't want to use green. Sorry. 3 minus 8i 2 plus I bar. Yeah, this means conjugate, which means it's 2 minus I. All right, so FOIL, first, outer, inner, last is minus 16I squared. Minus 16I squared means plus 16 because it's negative 16 times negative 1. Okay, so 6 plus 16 is 22 minus 19I. Okay. And let's see, 27. One over 2 plus 3I. Okay, so the way to do something like this is to multiply by the conjugate of the denominator. So that means you multiply top and bottom by 2 plus 3I. Oops, I'm sorry. 2 minus 3I. My bad. It's messed up now. These are minus signs, sorry. So 2 minus 3I. So now this looks like A plus B, A minus B, which is A squared minus B squared. So 4 minus 9I squared. There's the I squared again, so I change that to negative 1. So it's really 4 plus 9, which is 13. 2 minus 3I over 13. And then just split it up into 2. 2 13ths minus 3 over 13I. Okay. And let's see. 47. Find all the zeros and factor possible, okay? F of x equals x cubed minus 3x squared plus 9x minus 27. Okay, the way they got this set up, I'm pretty sure 3 works. Have I tried it? And yeah, I can tell because 3 cubed is 27, right? And this is 3 times 9, 27, so these cancel out. And then 9 times 3 is 27, minus 27 is 0. Okay, so 3 is going to be a 0 for sure. Okay, so 3, 1, negative 3, 9, negative 27. 1, let's see, 3, 0, 0, 9, 27, 0. Okay, so that means f of x is now x. If 3 is a 0, that gives you x minus 3 and x squared plus 9. Okay, so the others are imaginary. So x squared plus 9 equals 0. Subtract 9, x squared equals negative 9. Take the square root, plus or minus. X is plus or minus I radical 9, which is plus or minus 3I. Okay, so the factorization now becomes x minus 3, x minus 3I, x plus 3I. Again, third degree means there are 3 zeros and there are 3 factors. Here are the 3 factors. And the 3 zeros are, what, 3 and plus or minus 3I. Okay, so that's that one. 49. Okay, I'm going to do 49, I think. What do they have? X to the 4th minus x squared. Minus 2x plus 2. Okay, guess 1. 1 works, right? 1 minus 1 minus 2 plus 2. Okay, so 1. Again, notice when you're doing the synthetic division or long division, there's no x cubed. So what happens when there's no x cubed? You write it as a 0, 1, 0, -1, -2, 2. So I'm expecting a 0 here. Okay. 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, -2, -2, 0. Okay. So this is x cubed plus x squared plus 0x minus 2. It looks like 1's going to work again. So just go straight to it. I'm expecting that to be a 0. 1, 1, 1, 1. Whoops, what did I do wrong? That should be a 2. Sorry. 2, 2, 2, 2, 0. Okay, so right now I have x equals 1 of multiplicity 2. So x minus 1 squared, x squared plus 2x plus 2. And once I get this, quadratic formula works, right? So x is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c over 2 times a. This is 4 minus 8, which is -4. So I've got some imaginary stuff, it looks like. -2 plus or minus the square root of -4 over 2. -2 plus or minus I radical 4 all over 2. Square root of 4 is 2. And then divide the 2 in. So -1 plus or minus I. Okay, so the zeros are 1 of multiplicity 2. Multiplicity 2, I'll just put mult. And -1 plus or minus I. Okay, so fourth degree, 4 zeros. They're 1, 1, -1 plus I, and -1 minus I. And then the factorization is x minus 1 squared. Then x minus each of these. X minus parentheses, -1 minus I. And then bracket x minus parentheses, -1 plus I. Like that. Okay. And let's see, 53. What time is it? Okay, maybe I have time to go back and do other sections. Okay, 53 says degree 4. And you have zeros, radical 3i, and 3i. Right, so because we have this, they always come in conjugate pairs, so that automatically means you have negative radical 3i and negative 3i. And that gives you your 4 zeros. Okay, so P of x is, now you go x minus each of these. X minus radical 3i, x minus a minus, plus x minus 3i, x minus a minus 3i, x plus 3i. Okay, that's going to be x squared minus 3i squared, x squared minus 9i squared, and we know I squared is -1, so this is like plus 9. This is like plus 3. So x squared plus 3, x squared plus 9. So that comes out to be x to the 4th plus 9x squared plus 3x squared is 12x squared and plus 27. And there we go for that. All right, so I've gone up to there. Okay, so now I can go back to previous sections, see how much I'm willing to do. 3.3. Okay, 27 I did. 37 I did something similar. Okay. I think that's all I'm going to do. 3.3 in the last few minutes we have. 3.4. Let's see how I'm going to budget my time for this one. Okay, I'll do 3.437. Try that one. 3.437. X squared over x minus 1. Okay, this is second degree. There's a first degree, so there's going to be a slant asymptote. Slant asymptote. Okay, so vertical asymptote is x equals 1. We know we got that. And the intercept is the origin. Plug in 0, you get 0. So 0, 0. Okay, so let's do the polynomial division. So 1, 0, 0. This is like x squared plus 0x plus 0. That's 1, 0, 0. And what makes the denominator 0, 1? So that means I'm going to go like this. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So how do I read that? X plus 1 plus 1 over x minus 1. Okay, so this is equal to this. So that means y equals x plus 1 is a slant asymptote. Or maybe I'll make up the abbreviation SA. I mean, I did HA for horizontal asymptote. I did VA for vertical asymptote. So how about SA for slant asymptote? Okay, y equals x plus 1. That's a slope of 1, y-intercept of 1. So it's going to go something like this. Here's my slant asymptote. So when I go way out here or way out here, it gets real close to the asymptote. It touches the origin, 0, 0. Okay, I have an asymptote where x equals 1. So I pick a number to the left and to the right. So x squared over x minus 1. So x approaches 1 from the left. X approaches 1 from the right. So a little bit smaller than 1, 0.99. A little bit bigger is 1.01. I'm plugging in. I notice the top is always positive, right? I might as well just put a plus right away. So the sign is determined by the bottom. Okay, 0.99 minus 1, negative. 1.01 minus 1 is positive. Okay, so that means y approaches negative infinity, y approaches positive infinity. All right, so we got it. So if I get very close to 1 from the left, it drops to negative infinity. So it goes like that. And on this side, it gets close to the asymptote. And then over here, it goes toward positive infinity, and then goes toward the asymptote, like so. Okay. So that's that one. Okay, 3.5. Let me see what else I'm willing to do from 3.5. Okay. Okay, 17 was asked for, but I'm pretty sure I already did that one. Okay, so I'm not willing to go back and do that. Okay, so that's as much as I was going to do for here. Okay, I know some of you may have put some more stuff. We only have less than 5 minutes left. Okay, let me quickly check any more from the chat. Okay, not sure how far we got here now. 3.5, number 19. Okay, what was the 3.5 homework? 3.5 homework. The best way to think of it is 1 to 21 odd, except skip 11. 3.5, 1 to 21 odd, skip 11. Okay. And I now have a request for 3.643 and 3.519. Maybe there's a different answer. 3.519. Yeah, sorry, I don't think I have time to do that one, to go back to that. Okay. You see 3.643. Okay, I'll do 3.643, and maybe that's all the time we have. So sorry if I didn't get to all your questions. 3.643, x cubed minus 2x squared plus 9x minus 18, x equals 3i. Okay, go back to sharing the screen quickly. All right, so if 3i is a solution, so is negative 3i. Okay, so negative 3i also is a 0. So let's do x plus 3i, x minus 3i. That's x squared minus 9i squared, which is x squared plus 9. Again, that's negative 1. Negative 9 times negative 1 gives me that. So I do the long division. X cubed minus 2x squared plus 9x minus 18. X squared plus 0x plus 9. Okay, so x cubed plus 0x squared plus 9x. Subtract, that's gone. That becomes negative 2x squared plus 0x minus 18. And that looks like it's going to be negative 2. And negative 2x squared plus 0x minus 18. And that does it. Okay. So f of x factors into x minus 2, x minus 3i, x plus 3i. And the zeros are 2 and plus or minus 3i. Equal there. Okay, and I think that's all the time we have, folks. Okay, so I think I gave you most of the problems. If I didn't get your problem, it was either not going to be enough time or there was another problem that somebody asked for that was similar to it. So maybe that's the best I could say for now. Okay. All right, so that'll do it, folks. So get ready for the test tomorrow, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right. Okay, bye, everybody.
Professor, can you repeat 3.5 homework, please?
3.5 again was, I forgot what I said. 1 to 21 odd, except skip 11. 1 to 21 odd, skip 11. Okay. Worst comes to worst, send me an email. Okay. All right, bye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.